If you ever do that again.
Okay. So, Lady Karen's legend grows, but in order to deal with this, we will need to head out here. And I don't think this is blocked, I guess. Okay. So, I'll probably edit until I get to here. The random encounters you've seen, they're pretty simple. And while I am like at least about 6-7 levels ahead of what I'm encountering in the field. So, I don't think I need to fight everything at this point. I had my little fun with having Jill and Joshua in terms of fight and everything. And so I'm sure there's going to be plenty more battles with them in it anyway. So I'm not going to spend more time doing that. Alright guys, let's go.
Old he may be, but it looks like there's still plenty of fight in him yet.
Yeah. I hadn't done that one in a while, so I kind of wanted to kick off with it.
Over here! Attack! Awaken wind!
Yeah, again, I was looking at... For me, that's the time when I'm always the most likely to get hit. When they get close to mid-stagger, or when they get close to full stagger. Because like as soon as an enemy gets near the mid-stagger, I'm looking at which icon I have equipped to make sure I can do the deadly takedown. And then when they're near the full stagger, I'm looking down at the icon tabs again and kind of assessing which big abilities I have once the stagger begins. And that kind of momentary distraction leaves me open to hits if it hasn't worked yet. But as you can see, I mean...
This thing reeks. The sooner it's off my hands, the better.
I mean, as you can see, it's not a big deal at all. Let's finish up in Tabor.
Here's your hide, as requested.
I worried you might never return. Quickly, let me see it. Oh, as supple as a maiden's cheek, yet as adamant as her virtue. This is everything I had hoped for, and more. Clearly, my trust in you was not misplaced. You must be a hunter of considerable talent to have bested the beast with nary a scratch. Join me as my honored partner. With my means and your might, we shall be as wealthy as the merchant kings of Zemeckis.
I don't plan on making a habit of this. I'm busy enough as it is.
Very well. Though I believe fate had a hand in our meeting, it would be unbecoming of me to beg. Do not allow me to keep you from being about your business. Here, for the hide.
Thank you. We haven't really had a new weapon or like accessory, not accessory, but like piece of equipment or anything in ages. The crafting continues to be one of the weakest aspects of the game for me. Right. I think this entire region now, we don't have anything left, which is good. Where do we have stuff left? We've got a... Okay, we have to finish that quest off for that. Yeah, let's at least finish this. I actually think the hunt was in Dalmekir as well. I forgot about that. I'll take another look.
Mindless though they are, an Akashic horde large enough to besiege the free cities is not to be trifled with. We must proceed with caution.
Yeah, I like his VA too. His voice does remind me of someone, but I don't know who.
Nothing like a dish of cold vengeance to foul the gut.
I'm sorry, Nan. I didn't mean to make things worse. I just thought I had to protect you. Like you've protected me.
Aye, well, someone had to. Your parents certainly didn't give a whit for your well-being. Reckon the both of us would be worse off if I'd not taken you on. You've always been me right eye, Goots. And I'd have you stay that way. So don't you dare go looking for trouble again.
Well, I will. If you ever need help, I'll do it again and again, and you can't stop me.
Why, you big lump. Fine. Play the hero if it makes you happy.
Thanks, Nan. I won't let you down.
There's nothing he wouldn't do for you.
That's as maybe. But if he's ever to make his own way in life, he'll need to start looking out for himself as well. Till then, he'll need people to watch his back, just like you did in Dalamil. Don't think I didn't appreciate that.
Of course. His family.
Stop it. You make me one good eye, mister. I don't go thinking that'll do you any favours. A potion today'll cost you the same as it did yesterday.
Yeah, she drives a hard bargain. But hey, that's family. And well, if Vin Diesel has taught us anything, it's that you don't turn your back on family. What is this? Ah, okay. So you can read, congratulations. Yeah, Karen's one of my favourites for sure.
Let me tell you a story, Clive.
All right.
Them rumours Wetlegs were spreading. Might be they weren't just tales plucked out of thin air. You see, there were a time when I weren't too particular about who I sold steel to, so long as they paid me the right price. Some women lust after blood, others after flesh, but me, I were always one for gold. And to satisfy that lust, I sold to opposing armies, stabbed my every client in the back, made myself the most hated woman in the twins. But then one day I met a man who made me a different kind of offer. Said he'd give me access to a realm-wide community of like-minded individuals in constant need of steel and sundries. On the condition I sold to him and his alone.
Was that the first time you met Sid?
Aye. And I fell right into his damn trap. He was true to his word, so I ended up being true to mine. And I soon started making the best profits I've seen since taking up the trade. And all without aiding or abetting any outlaws. Except Sid himself, that is. Told me about his plan to topple the mother crystals, you know. Said that with them gone, the realm would want for all manner of things. An opportunity for the likes of me to mint gil. Why, I reckon an enterprising individual could find himself the richest dam in the twins. And that's when he had me. I emptied my stores that day and moved into the Hideaway proper. And the rest, as they say, is ancient bloody history. A dozen years on, and I'm still not the richest dam. Not for lack of trying, mind. But I can say, I have never been happier. You've all shown me there are some things more precious than gil.
That there are.
So don't you go messing it all up. Or you'll have me to answer to.
Yeah, how can you not like her, man? How can you not like her? She's great. And again, it goes to show what a great leader Sid was, his ability to kind of reach people in the right way to get them on board.
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there. Best stock up while you can.
Yeah, I could literally...
Go on, then.
I could listen to it all day. Right. Still, as much as I love Karen, like, overall, this offering has been weak. It's just one of these things where, especially like in the in the modern age. There's just so much like option. I get that a lot of our best weapons have just come from the storyline quests anyway, but like shops and stuff, like there's games made 20-30 years ago that had way more options and items, and of course it's quality not quantity. It's not like they couldn't if they didn't want to, but why not just put some more? Just give players some more looks, just give some more options. Maybe certain weapons can have like an HP plus benefit or whatever it might be. I mean, there's just so much scope, and it would have taken relatively little effort, I think. And I mean, I've had this same stuff on for like 10-15 hours, and in a Final Fantasy game, still to me, like even however different it might be in some respects, I still don't think it's, again, it's the item equipment and crafting side of things still continues to not impress me. But that's how it goes. Some things are going to be great, others not so. Same with every game.
Is that all?
And again, for people newer to my channel, but know that I'm a massive Final Fantasy X fan, and for me it's my favorite game of all time by quite some margin. Even for that, I made a video about like 5 things I dislike about Final Fantasy X. So I can dish it to any game, including my favorite game. I mean, I could list you 50 things that aren't great or could be better about Final Fantasy X, but it didn't stop me loving it to death and building a career off it. So yeah, when I kind of pick things up and I talk about things during playthroughs as they come to mind, it's just, that's just how it goes. Oftentimes doesn't change my overall opinion of a game too strongly. But
Did you see that?
let's see. But it's one of those, as it's part of the job to just mention those things as I run into them. So we have 2 more quests left. Let's wrap these up.
Fate seem bent on driving me from my inn. But if they want me out, they're gonna have to try harder.
Yeah, I kind of instinctively went to Martha. Wait, what? Must be someone upstairs, maybe? Oh, okay.
My lord Marquis, is that you?
This guy.
It is you. Then you received my letter. I am Sebastian Rutherford, chief steward of your lord uncle's estate.
Of course. We met once before.
Yes, my lord. Thank you for coming.
And what was so sensitive that you couldn't put it in writing?
1,000 apologies, my lord. I did not mean to offend. I merely...
It's all right. Continue.
I am here at Martha's Rest, at the behest of your lord uncle, tasked with learning what I am able of the realm's current state of affairs. And what I have learned is grim. The fall of the Mother Crystals has left Storm in a state of utter disarray. The subsequent darkening of the heavens has only made things worse. Akashic attacks, once unthinkable, are now commonplace. The gears of governance have ground to a halt, and without a steady hand on the tiller, the realm threatens to drift into utter chaos. Your lord uncle, however, believes there is a way to avoid this fate, and is determined to see it set in motion.
That sounds like quite the undertaking.
It is. Hence my having enlisted the aid of several colleagues serving the 7 high houses. Alas, I have lost contact with 2 of those colleagues already. They are both able-bodied and trained in the sword, yet in these dark times, even that may not prove sufficient to keep a man safe on the road.
So you want me to find them? I'll need to know where they went.
One I sent to investigate the Republic, the other the old imperial capital of Oriflamme.
That doesn't exactly narrow it down. I suppose I'll start in Dalamil and work my way east.
Thank you, my lord. I shall pray for your success and safety.
So I guess it's back to Dalamil we go then. And now have another look at where the hunt was, actually. Might as well do it since I came back here.
It's not going to be easy finding one man in an entire republic. Let's hope someone here's seen something.
Mummy,
I'm going to have to activate the power of talking to NPCs.
the gentleman of the town guard.
And yeah, double check the hunt. It's the fields of Karava area near Tabor. Tabor, sorry. So we'll try to knock off those two things at the same time.
Someone's got himself in trouble.
I don't see your master here, so you can start by giving us all the coppers in your purse.
I already told you, I have nothing.
Then maybe we'll take that pretty outfit and the steel you're wearing.
Please! These men are trying to rob me!
I'll deal with this.
Thank you.
You that one's master, then? If you'd kindly pay the coin he owes us, we can pretend you didn't draw your blade on Republican soldiers.
Or you can go back to your garrison and I won't report you to your captain.
Oh, you're more than welcome to. He hasn't had many visitors since we slit his throat.
Oh. Yeah, gotta take out Republican Scepter Boy first. Let's end this. Yeah, it didn't quite go as well as I hoped.
You're finished.
I'd expect as much from Hugo's faithful, but these were men of the fist.
Much has changed in the Republican army since they lost their rock.
You've seen this kind of thing before, then?
Many times. I was sent here to observe the situation.
You're one of Rutherford's men. He sent me to look for you.
Well, then you have my thanks. I fancy I could defend myself against one, perhaps two, but a whole regiment. I arrived in Dalamil several days ago, but when I called upon the captain of the local garrison to make inquiries, his men confiscated my effects and locked me in a cell.
The captain is no more, and his men make the rules now.
Fortunately, I was able to bribe my way free, only to be stopped again by those soldiers you so kindly dispatched.
What of the Fist's central command? Surely they wouldn't allow such lawlessness amongst their ranks.
I would imagine they are unaware of it. Most of the army has fallen back to the capital and hunkered down behind her walls. Those who weren't recalled now rule the fringes unchecked, answering to no one but themselves.
Then it's worse than we imagined. You should return to Rosaria. It's not safe here.
I'll find a caravan heading north. You won't mind if I borrow one of these soldiers' coin purses?
Not at all. Now, to find this second associate of Rutherford's. If he was bound for Oriflamme, I'll start at Northreach and see if I can pick up his trail.
Yeah, I think one of the other quests is in North Flame anyway. But we are relatively close to this hunt now, so we're going to keep going. It said south of Tabor, but I mean, it also mentioned Fields of Carava, so did they say Fields, or is there like another Carava? What does it say? Yeah, travelling through Tabor to the Fields of Carava were met by a group of hunters from the village, who warned them not to stray too far from the main road. Honestly, it might be true that I do need to continue along here. We'll see. I'll have a look through the Fields of Carava first. It's been a while, but I think Chocobro is probably the fastest choice here. Yeah, for now at least, I haven't seen like.
Alright.
Yeah. If that was it, it would have triggered in some other way, so that I would know it was the hunt. So I definitely don't think it's any of that. But yeah, for now, I think I would have to continue along here to unlock, well, to gain access to that hunt. So forget that. Let's go to North Reach instead. We've hit a bit of a dead end here, but we have 2 quests. So, yeah, first of all is Rutherford's colleague, and then we have the Wyvern.
What happened here?
If you're with the others, they've already relieved me of my belongings.
I'm not. I'm looking for someone who was sent here by a man named Rutherford.
And then you found him. I am Alastair Rockford, attendant to the Lady Ariane of House Wellesley.
Of the 7 high houses of Rosaria. It's been a long time since last I saw my great-aunt. Is she well?
My Lord Marquis? Yes. Yes, she is. The Lady Dowager has granted me leave to assist your Uncle Stuart. I was on my way back from the old capital when I saw some villagers being robbed on the road here.
Bandits?
They looked more like field hands, but it didn't matter in the end. I did what I could to help the victims, but all it earned me was a pommel to the temple.
Which way did they go?
South, toward the gate.
All right. I'll take care of them. Founder knows I've met enough of their kind. You head back to Northreach, visit the Vale, tell them I sent you.
Thank you. I shall. Founder be your shield.
I mean, at this stage, we've got to assume that Ultima basically is the founder too, right?
They just couldn't resist, could they?
This one's ours, pretty boy.
Right, clean up time.
Go for
There you go. Just us and you, buddy. But they end up being super tanky a lot of the time, so... It's been a while since that limit broke, let's just use it. Give him another one of those. Easy peasy.
Make for the town while you can. There may be more bandits nearby.
You don't need to tell me twice. Many thanks, traveler.
This looks to be all of them.
I thought I told you to make for the Vale.
And stand by as ill might befall the heir to the ducal throne.
It's just Clive, and I'm fine. Which is more than can be said for you.
I will survive.
Strange that the garrison wouldn't intervene in such a brazen attack so close to their gates.
The garrison have their hands full inside the city. Some days they don't even send out patrols. There are few hands left to work the fields, and even fewer to transport the grain. The market stalls are nearly bare, and the price for what remains is exorbitant. It's not uncommon to see a fight break out over a crust of bread. When I said the ones who attacked me didn't have the look of bandits, I meant it. They were probably just desperate.
Rockford, listen to me. If you are to continue your investigation, you first need to seek the attention of a healer.
Of course. I shall return to Northreach right away. But allow me to thank you first. Had you not happened along,
Don't thank me. Thank Rutherford. It was he who sent me.
I suppose he'll be wondering where I've got to. I shall send a Bistolus as soon as I'm able. Good day.
My uncle certainly has his work cut out for him. If it isn't already too late. I should go and tell Rutherford that his colleagues are still in one piece.
But before that, let's sort this out. It's a shame we don't have an obelisk around here somewhere. But, okay. Clear that up too, and then I think that's basically all of the side quests. Like, the meat of them would have been finished. And there's like one hunt, and then we can continue the story. And well, the hunt might require us to continue down the story a bit more anyway. Right, let's handle business once more.
Hippocrates said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers. Should be easy enough to spot.
I guess I get somewhat of a preemptive strike here.
This must be our Wyvern. Alright, let's get this over with.
Oh, I like that. I'm just gonna do Mega Flare only in this one. Ah, that should have been it. There it is. So I'm definitely having a little bit of fun with it now, just trying some different things. Just mostly giving it the Bahama abilities here.
Nice try.
You're finished.
There we go. Never had a chance, but we got our first Mega Flare dodge, which was kind of nice.
That's the Wyvern's liver. Now I just need to find the herbs. Bright yellow with a heady scent.
It's nice to have a cast that calls them herbs, not herbs.
I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe.
Right, that's that. So we have to go back here one more time and then the hideaway, and then we're done. So the detours haven't been too long, and they did throw in a nice little quest with Karen. We got to find out a lot more about her past and her story with Sid and her relationship with Goots and all that kind of stuff. So that was enough for me.
I see you're still here.
The Rest's location affords a constant flow of traders, and with it a constant flow of information. Speaking of which, I received word from both my associates. They have resumed their investigations, thanks to you.
I only happened to be in the right place at the right time. They both seem to think the realm's prospects rather grim.
I am afraid that grim would be putting it lightly. Storm is in crisis, and if we are to free her, we must work quickly. And we must work together. Such is your Lord Uncle's wish.
As it is mine.
Right, there it is. Oh, nice. Flare breath. To be fair, I haven't been using that much.
Fetch!
Anytime he gets in my way like that, I just give him some extra love. That's my way of thinking, like, yeah, the game wants me to pet him. Alright, complete this recipe too, and then we're good to go.
It seems the hideaway's lost its appetite.
So, did you have that word with Tomes then?
I did, and he was as helpful as ever. He told me exactly where to look, in fact.
And what precisely will I be cooking up? Or is it better not to know?
Blueback wyvern liver. And, a herb known as Saint's Bonnet.
Ah, wyvern livers, was it? Well, at least it weren't actual worms, I suppose. Now then, you stay right where you are. I've got some cooking to do. Let's hope these grand old chefs of yore knew what they were on about.
Let her cook.
And here we have it. Fried mortress of skyworm. Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption. Well, I say offered. He as good as begged.
And rightly so. Is there any higher honour than partaking in a slice of culinary history?
Looks a lot better than the thing he made, at least. That was like purple and stuff. They do that and then end up liking it, so he might still like it.
So, not fit for consumption then?
What witchery is this? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet, it is the piquant kiss of the saint's bonnet that tames this savage dish. It is a tour de force. A force of nature, even. A maelstrom of flavour and sensation. A graceful beast emerging from centuries of slumber.
I think he likes it.
Wow.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking. But I reckon you might be right. It was decent then, I take it.
Decent? It's remarkable. And I defy any man to say a word to the contrary. Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women to procure a dozen blueback wyverns forthwith?
I'll give it some thought.
Yeah, they have a strange relationship with food in this game. He's like coughing and retching and whatever, and then he's like, oh, it's amazing. It was kind of similar with the first one. So, okay. Fine. Glad it was good.